Hi, everybody. I'm Lori Johnson, CBN's medical reporter. Welcome to our Q&A segment where we answer your email questions. We do this twice a week, and if you'd like to submit a question, email us at newsanswers@cbn.org. Today, we're so happy to be joined by best-selling author and Christian psychiatrist, Dr. Daniel Amen. Welcome, Dr. Amen.
Hi, Lori.
Well, before we get to the email questions, I'd like to ask you about new figures that show during this coronavirus pandemic here in America, alcohol sales have skyrocketed compared to what they were a year ago. Can you talk about ways people are coping with stress these days and make some recommendations?
Well, with all the bars closed and the restaurants closed, there's actually a danger of people going into alcohol withdrawal. Now, alcohol is not a good way to manage the stress, and they're using alcohol here in California where I am. The pot dispensaries were determined to be an essential business, which horrified me. A lot of people are also overeating. There's issues with pornography going up as well. They're anxious, they're scared, and they don't have good tools in the toolbox on how to deal with the anxiety that goes with the pandemic.
Well, that is very interesting, and I'm sure that's not hard for anyone to believe that people are resorting to those things to relieve their stress. Well, let's get to the questions now. Chris emails us and asks, why are we told to wash our hands for 20 seconds with hot water and soap?
Well, the virus hates soap, and they can live anywhere on your hands, underneath your fingernails, and the 20 seconds is to make sure that you really do a good job eliminating the virus from your hands, because your hands just go everywhere. And, you know, if you get them close to your eyes or your nose or your mouth, you're just more likely to be infected.
All right, and Marilyn wants to know, is there value in well people wearing masks to prevent catching the virus?
Yes, there's actually, and the CDC is going over this now, there's value in everyone wearing masks when they're out. And one of the horrifying studies I saw recently is 25% of people who are infected have no symptoms. So they can give you the virus when they feel just fine. And so the countries where mask wearing is just part of the culture are doing much better in this pandemic than the countries that mask wearing, they just look at you like you're weird.
Well, Trish wants to know, are there any cases where a person had only weakness, headaches, and joint pain?
The answer is yes. I mean, some people have no symptoms at all, and that's what's so scary. They're the ones that are likely transmitting the virus to large numbers of people, which is why social distancing is important for all of us.
Well, here's an interesting question. Michael asks, does vitamin E help?
You know, vitamin E does help immunity. I think there's actually better research on vitamin D, as in dog, and vitamin C, as in cat. That vitamin C has actually been found to be a treatment in some studies. So you want to do everything you can to boost your immunity. And part of that is sunshine if you can, a healthy diet, especially things like onions, mushrooms, and garlic. And then some supplements like vitamin E, C, and D can be helpful too.
That's great information. Well, Harsh emails us and asks, is the combination of azithromycin, the Z-Pak, and hydrochloroquine, the malaria drug, effective for coronavirus?
Small studies say yes, but we don't really know. And unfortunately, my parents, both of them, are in the hospital because they caught COVID-19. And hydroxychloroquine was the first thing they gave them. And when I asked the doctor, okay, so tell me your experience, she said some people it just really helps a lot. Other people it doesn't seem to help at all.
All right. Well, we certainly wish the best for your parents. And Dr. Amen, last question. Nell emails us and asks, is there a way to find out if a person has already had the virus?
Well, there's an antibody test. They're using it in South Korea. There are a number of doctors in the U.S. that are trying to import it from South Korea. Odds are by the end of April, that test will be more widely available. And that's really important to know if you've been exposed and you have immunity to it. You know, still, it's like 85% of people, if they get it, they do okay with it. And they're producing a large number of antibodies against this virus. I want to know if I've been exposed and, you know, maybe I was a non-symptom carrier. And that way I feel better. You know, my body's done with the virus, and then those people can go out more, and they can be our delivery people, or they can be the people that can work more safely in the hospital.
Well, we certainly look forward to that test coming out on a more widespread basis. Well, that's all the time we have for now. Once again, our thanks to Dr. Daniel Amen. His website is amenclinics.com. Dr. Amen, we appreciate your time as always.
Thanks, Lori.
And if you'd like to submit a question, email us at newsanswers@cbn.org. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again